only about 40% of the time your trading plan will fit the market and things will work. What do you do the other 60% of the time? Sit in cash and don't F up. Welcome to the Outlier Trading Room. My name is Christopher Yuhl. I've twice been awarded top 100 people in finance. I was mentored by 5 of the market wizards, the best traders of all time. I've been successfully trading since 2009, and this is where we save time, make money, and start winning with less risk together as a team. But before we start trading, let's get into the lesson of the day. Okay, cool. Check it out. So today's video is from Jose Najarro, N-A-J-A-R-R-O. How do we say that? Listen, for somebody who has the last name of Yuhl, I get it. Nobody ever says my last name correct. Najarro. Jose Najarro stocks. Okay, cool. Jose, teach me something. If you hold Nvidia, Oracle, OpenAI stock, Nvidia, get ready for Stargate AI. Let's also run this at 1 1/4 speed real quick, and let's go.
News for the AI market, as we're seeing a massive AI investment happening in the United States of over $500 billion within the next 4 years. We see companies like Oracle up over 4% after hours, after being up 7% today. Nvidia was up nearly 2% after hours. Microsoft is up nearly 1%, and other players in the AI space are benefiting as well. Like always, too long don't watch if you have something else to do. The main concept of today's episode is going to come from the Stargate project, which is a new company intended to invest $500 billion over the next 4 years, building new AI infrastructure for OpenAI in the United States. Now, in forms of some key players for this new company and for these huge investments are companies like ARM, Microsoft, Nvidia, Oracle, and SoftBank, right? So those are some of the companies that...
So are they all... Hang on, I've got to make this bigger. It's so tiny I can barely see it. So are they all doing this? As part of Stargate, Oracle, Nvidia, and OpenAI will closely collaborate, so OpenAI based with Microsoft, to build and operate this computing system. This builds on deep collaboration between OpenAI and Nvidia going back to 2016, and a newer partnership between OpenAI and Oracle. Okay, so it does sound like it is a merger of the minds, if you want to think about it. So lots of tech stocks. In fact, let's do this. This will be easiest to see over here. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness gravy. You can see who's involved in this, can't you? Microsoft, Oracle, Nvidia, probably a little Palantir, a little bit of Palo Alto Networks, Synopsys Inc., CrowdStrike, lots of green concentrated in these tech names right here.
Did see a nice price action over the day. Now, that's pretty much the main concept of this episode. Throughout the episode, I am going to try to answer some questions that I think every investor should know, because there's a lot more into it outside of just the main concept. But before you go any further, this is actually a topic I talked about on March 29th of 2024. So over 8 months ago, we talked about great news for Nvidia stock, Microsoft, and OpenAI Stargate supercomputer program. So we heard about the rumors and how there are going to be multiple winners in that space. So I'm not sure why you're not subscribed to the channel right now. If you haven't just yet, make sure to hit the thumbs up. Make sure to hit the subscribe button. Check out...
Listen, I'm subscribed. You need to go subscribe as well.
The pin comment for special offer at fool.com/Jose, and check out my free daily semiconductor newsletter, whatthechiphappened.com. The link is down below. Now let's get started.
I want to thank the Motley Fool for sponsoring this video.
The quick overview. I'm going to take my time to kind of just share my overall thoughts on this. Overall,
so let's do this. Let's go through each one of the stocks that he's talking about here. We'll give some perspective, what I see on the charts, and what the outlier data is showing real quick. So let's start with Oracle, ORCL. ORCL. All right, so Oracle stock. Now you can see it had been trending for a while with the outlier trend template in a bullish fashion, right? In fact, if we back up a little bit, it had been bullish since August 15th, mid-August. A couple times it leveled out here, and then it turned around. Looks like there was an earnings around December 9th that the market didn't like, and the outlier trend template went the opposite direction. Now, that trend template is the 10-period moving average, which is the blue line, the 20-period moving average, which is the black line, and the 50-period moving average, which is the red line. When they're all pointing in one direction, it makes life a lot easier, right? But it's those times where they cross over, right? It's those times where they cross over where the market gets a little bit more difficult to figure out which way it's going. So when that happens, I like to sit on the sidelines. But looking here, we do have the 10. Looks like it's going to cross the 20 today. Price is well above the 50 today on this giant move. Oracle's up 7.2% from yesterday's close. And from the day before, so a 2-day move of 14% here. Giant move. Let's go into outlier. Now I really want to know, How well did we hit that buy signal? That's what I want to know. Anticipation is killing me. I'm very curious to see this. Let's catch up on the chat. Good to see you. Wes is here. Peter from the Netherlands made it. Sebastian from Germany. Mikey Mike is here. All right. So Oracle has a buy signal, but that buy signal came in a bit early, right? Back here on November 12th. So November 12th to today, not the world's greatest buy signal, I'll put it that way. But you're not really down anything. It's about flat from that point right here. But let's take a look as well on the data, not just the buy and sell signals here, but let's look at the data. So we can see that Oracle got very, very fearful. I mean, this is a really deep fearful point. R32, it goes from 0 to 50. It hit an R32 value. And yesterday it flattened out and it has started to curl up. So before we even got these big moves right here, the behavioral heat map down here was telling you, hey, people are stopping being so greedy. I'm sorry, people are stopping being so fearful. And now it looks like the fear has ended and we're going to start moving towards greed. And that's exactly what we see right here in the outlier data too. So that's pretty cool. Let's go to the next one. So he talked about Nvidia. All right, so Nvidia, here's an order block right here that I want you to pay attention to. So order blocks are large institutional orders waiting to be filled. In fact, someone in our Discord, John James, I'm glad you posted this out here. Let's take a look at this, right? Order blocks, I found a great write-up on what they are. Order block trading, a technique popularized by this person, offers insights into institutional buying and selling behavior. What is an order block? An order block is a price area where substantial buy or sell orders from institutional traders have been placed. They represent zones of high activity, like support and resistance, right? So there are large institutional orders propping up Nvidia right here. And let's count how many times it's come into this order block as support. The first time it was created was in October 2020, this year, 2020, or last year, 2024. Came up. This is the first time it hit the order block. Second time, third time, fourth time, got almost all the way down the bottom. Had it closed under this, that order block would have gone away. So we're at 4 times already. Back up 5 times, back up 6 times, and back up again 6 times. 6 times Nvidia has bounced in and out of this order block here. You can't tell me that this isn't something that works, right? I would absolutely highly, highly, highly encourage you to start adding order blocks to your charts. You don't have to draw imaginary support and resistance lines anymore. You can have a data-based support and resistance line. I use TrendSpider. You don't have to use it. If you want it, there's a discount code right there. But I absolutely am a huge fan of order blocks, and you can see how Nvidia has continued to bounce right on top of it. Now, as far as the moving averages go, this is also a great representation of what these moving averages help with, right? You've got them spread apart, the 10, 20, 50, all pointing north right here. And then you can start seeing those crossovers, right? The first time it crossed under the 10 moving average, it went sideways from that point forward. You see that? That is why the 10 moving average is my criteria for exiting. Now, that doesn't mean that it's going to go sideways, and it definitely doesn't mean that it's going to crash, but your momentum is gone. Your momentum has subsided. And of course, it did go higher, and of course, it did go lower. But the point is that it's no longer in this beautiful trend, right? You can see that on the chart. Going a little further here, you can see the moving averages crossing back and forth, right? And so that's why you need to look at not just the stock, not just the moving averages, but holistically speaking. If the market is looking bearish, then I'm interested in looking at bearish setups. But if the market breadth, which is how many stocks are moving together, it's an ad for US Steel, okay? If the market breadth, so example right here is there's very strong market breadth today in the tech sector, right? I wouldn't want to be going short the tech sector with all the market breadth pushing the opposite direction for me. So the market breadth had been getting more and more bullish, which is one of the reasons why I haven't been trading since November. I haven't had any setups, and that's okay, right? I need you to be comfortable with holding cash. Now, the market wizards would tell you this. In fact, Mark Minervini was one of my mentors, and he put this post out, and I saved it because it was so good. Find it here in my slide deck. Oh, it's rule number 1. Where's it at? Hang on. Hold tight. Here it is. My 6 key trading rules. The rule number 1, wait in cash for proper setups. How long? As long as it takes. And for me, I haven't had anything set up since November. I had somebody ask a comment on there like, the market has so many opportunities. Why haven't you got in? Because I don't have anything set up. So I ignore the noise, right? Don't feel pressure. And I need you to realize this too. Don't feel pressure to get in. If it doesn't fit your trading plan, by all means, sit on the sidelines. That's nothing wrong with that. But you need to make sure that your trading plan, when it does work, is gangbusters, right? I heard a stat that only about 40% of the time, your trading plan will fit the market and things will work. What do you do the other 60% of the time? You sit in cash and don't F up. You sit in cash and don't F up by putting all of your money back in risk in the market when 60% of the time it's not going to work, right? So sitting in cash is a-okay. Sitting in cash is a trade. Be okay with that. All right. Let's go back to Nvidia over here. Yes. Okay. So we got a buy signal on Nvidia on December 27th, which was this candle here. Now we do have a nice little gain from there, about 6.5%. So that buy signal came through right there. But one thing I was looking at earlier was the performance summary on Nvidia is crazy. 1,700% returns following the outlier buy and sell signals, right? So outstanding returns with that. But also the behavioral heat map, I'm going to zoom in just a little bit more. You can see it started in fearful area, has gone up more and more greedy, kind of peaked right here and went more fearful and has once again seems like it's found a bottom. So for me, this looks like a nice, interesting setup to trade. But I don't have any money in the market right now. No pressure. No pressure, as Mikey Mike says. Sostenes Martinez, how you doing? I think I've seen you here before. I'm winning with Nancy and Tempus. Let's go. All right, so let's go to the next one he was talking about. We looked at Oracle, Nvidia, and let's look at Microsoft real quick. So this would be the representative for OpenAI. Ooh, okay. So we've got triple order blocks here. This is not bullish for me at all. In fact, I would avoid this like the plague. We just got that crossover today, 10-20-50 crossover today, which is good. I like that. We're coming into earnings. I like to trade into earnings. I think you can absolutely make a ton of money leading into earnings without having the risk of earnings, right? The buy the rumor, sell the news. But you got 1, 2 order blocks directly in front of this right now. So I would say that this has a lot of overhead resistance, and this is not a trade I would take at all. But let's look at Microsoft in outlier here and see what it says. While that loads, I want to jump over the analyst ratings on Microsoft. Piper Sandler gave an overweight, which is a bullish rating, from 470 to 520. That happened just a couple of weeks ago. Goldman had a buy rating from 515 down to 500. Oppenheimer in October, so this is back in October, says outperform to perform, no change in price target there. All right, so we got a sell signal on Microsoft. Do you see these overlays behind the chart? That tells you when it's trending up or when it's trending down. Super simple. You can even see it at a glance. And you can enable notifications. This is really cool. You can enable notifications so you don't have to go look at charts at all. When an uptrend or downtrend starts for the stock, we'll just shoot you an email and you're like, oh, okay, sweet. Makes it easier. But we did get a sell signal on December 20th. So let's go take a look at December 20th here. So that sell signal came through. Definitely would have kept you out of all that chop right there. And if we were to look at this Nvidia, let me close that tab. If we were to look at the behavioral heat map, came from a not really ultra greedy, only G14 out of 50, and went down and it's definitely leveled out around R17. So might be an opportunity for you right there. But then again, you've got order blocks staring you right in the face. It's like looking at a train coming down the tracks and saying, hang on, wait a minute. Wait just a cotton pick a minute. I'm going to put a couple road barriers up right here, maybe a couple of orange cones, and be like, that'll slow it down, right? We'll have to see. I don't know where it's going to go. Rick, how you doing, Rick? Dude, handsome horse you got there. So you would typically exit position before the actual earnings release. What does that timeline look like? You got it, Rick. Good question. All right. Where's it at? I have a slide for this. I actually covered it in this morning's video that I made. So first question, Rick, is are you already profitable in the trade? So let's do a hypothetical with Microsoft. Are you already profitable holding Microsoft? Depends on when you bought it, clearly. I mean, if you've bought it really any time in the last 6 months, it's questionable. Very questionable if you're already profitable. But let's say, for example, that you are. Just for example. Let's say, in fact, let's do this. Let's say you were a genius and you bought the floor at 405, right? Of course you did, right? That's how it goes on YouTube. You always buy the bottom and you always sell at the exact top. That's how YouTube goes, right? Anyway, so let's say you bought it at 405. Now the question is, does the expected move break the trend line? Well, what in the Sam hell is a expected move? I'm going to show you real quick. Give me just a second here to log into my broker platform. We are migrating over to Tradier. Truth be told, I haven't logged into it in a week and I am not comfortable with the platform yet. So I'm pulling back up Tasty Trade, but I am moving everything over there. So this is going to load in. So what we're going to do is we're going to find what the expected move is here. So the expected move is how much the market makers believe that the stock can move based on earnings. That doesn't mean that that it will, right? For example, if it is a $10 expected move, that's $10 up or $10 down. Doesn't mean it's going to hit either of those points. It means it could be somewhere in this area. Now, doesn't mean a whole lot because, as we know, it could blow out earnings and drop like a rock. It could have the worst earnings of all time and go up, right? But the expected move right there gives you an idea of how much volatility we could be seeing for this stock. So let's go to Microsoft, and you have to look at the options chain closest to expiration. So if click the right button here. Earnings are set on January 29th. So you want to find the options chain that's closest to that and after it, right? It doesn't matter on January 24th. It only matters on January 31st. The way that you do this is you price it out by not actually buying this, but just pricing it out, buying an at the money call and an at the money put. That gives you $20.75. So this is what's called a long straddle. Now, the way that you take it here is you take 85% of this. I don't know why it's 85. That's just what I was coached as. I never really asked the question, but it's $17.63 is the expected move, up or down. So let's math that out here. So 1763 up. That's about 4% up or down. 1763. So now as I mentioned earlier, I like to follow the 10-period moving average. That's one of my exit criterias right here, the 10 EMA when that's broken. Now, you're going to have to decide what that is for you. Maybe it's the 20 period, maybe it's the 50, maybe it's whatever. Does the expected move break the trend line? So from the price that it is right now, right, would it break the trend line? The 10 EMA is right here around 428. The expected move gets down around 427. So yes, it would break that trend line. But you need to evaluate this on the day of earnings or the day before, right? Because of course we got, how many trading days do we have until then? Like we have 5 trading days until then. It doesn't really matter what it is right now. It matters what it is at that point. Now, your options prices are going to change. The price of the stock is going to change. We may even see order blocks disappear. A lot can change in that. So I would and I like to trade up into earnings. And only if it hits, is the trade already profitable? Does it break the expected trend line? If no, then I'll hold it. So excellent question, Rick. Let's continue on this.
Very bullish for the AI infrastructure market, right? We're seeing multi-$100 billion investment happening here in the United States. Now, this kind of also opens up the opportunity of, hey, look, this massive investment is going to come here for US AI infrastructure. What's going to stop maybe some other players to do it within their countries as well, right? So it maybe not to this level, but it just opens up the market opportunities of other people continue to build up AI infrastructure, which could be bullish for a lot of AI companies, especially the hardware plays like Nvidia, like maybe AMD, like Broadcom, and the list goes on and on. So we do see that right now Oracle had a great day as these rumors started to pop up earlier throughout the market day, where Oracle was up over 7%, and now after hours is up another 4.5%. Nvidia, very similar. Nvidia was pretty bullish on this news, up over 2% on the market and up over 1.6% right now. at the end of the day, anybody who's investing heavily in AI investments is going to be buying a lot of NVIDIA AI chips. We also see Microsoft with their partnership of OpenAI is up over 1.4%, as we do see that this announcement is also a partnership with Microsoft as well. So I kind of highlighted some of the important information here, and I kind of mentioned, right, this Stargate project is a new company which intends to invest $500 billion over the next 4 years, building new AI infrastructure for OpenAI in the United States, and they will begin deploying $100 billion immediately. Now, I mentioned about 8 months ago, we did a video about this when we were hearing rumors about it, and this is why I say there's always some truth to the rumors. When we heard about it on March of 2024, we thought about it of a supercomputer, but it's more of a multi supercomputers all around the United States. Initially, they are already kind of building facilities.
And that was my first reaction, which is why I was reading it. It's like all these companies working together. That's a bit of a shock, but okay.
In Texas, and that's where they're building some of the data centers.
Wait, here in the Lone Star State, let's go. Didn't take too much. Get me a put on my Texas hat. I was in San Antonio just over the weekend. Had to pick up this hat while we were at the Alamo. Yeah, so that's exciting. Back here to Texas, we did not get to drive by the Gigafactory. So I have a Tesla Model Y Performance, and it's so freaking fun. And every time I'm in Austin, I always want to drive by the factory and see where it was born, but wasn't able to do that over the weekend. So okay, back to this.
Already, that's going to expand to other states and other campuses around the United States. So pretty bullish. Now, if we look at the initial equity funders in Stargate, they're SoftBank. SoftBank has a lot of money. OpenAI, I'm curious how much money OpenAI is really going to invest. Oracle is another one that's heavily in money and building AI infrastructure, and MGX. MGX is probably the least known here, but we actually heard about MGX earlier in September. MGX is a technology investment.
Ross says Elon's already reported the companies involved don't actually have the money to start spending it. Well, how about that? Mike says, shouldn't that be a cowboy hat, dude? So I grew up here in Texas, obviously. But I have not had a cowboy hat since, I don't know, it was like 17 or whatever. Not everybody's a cowboy around here, tell you what. But we all say, tell you what, and daggum, that's for sure.
Investment company focused on accelerating the development and adoption of AI and advanced technologies through world-leading partnerships in the UAE and globally. MGS invests in sectors where AI can deliver value and economic impact at scale, including semiconductor, infrastructure, software, tech-enabled services, life science, and automation. One of the first times we've kind of heard about MGX was in September 17th of 2024, where BlackRock, global infrastructure partners like Nvidia, Microsoft, and MGX launched new AI partnership to invest in data centers and supporting power infrastructure. So all this is starting to kind of piece the puzzles together, right? So out of this, SoftBank and OpenAI are the lead partners for Stargate, with SoftBank having financial responsibility and OpenAI having operational responsibility. Masa will be the chairman of this new company. So Masayoshi has been an amazing player in the tech space. We've heard a lot of great praises from tech leaders like Nvidia, and we can see he has a heavy wallet to be spending in things like this. Obviously, we see kind of those financial responsibilities are going to go with companies like OpenAI, like Oracle, and MGX as well. Now, on the bullish side for who might be some of the great winners in this space, they mentioned that ARM, Microsoft, Nvidia, Oracle, and OpenAI are the key initial technology partners. All right, so this does mean that other partners can open up, but most likely this is going to be Oracle and Microsoft building kind of these data center infrastructure, sharing some form of technological infrastructure here. OpenAI, Microsoft, and Oracle have worked together plenty of times already. Nvidia, obviously, with the AI accelerators. I'm going to talk a little bit about ARM later on, but also we do see that Oracle, Nvidia, and OpenAI will closely collaborate to build and operate this computing system. So again, it definitely seems like it's going to be mainly focused.
Okay, so we're gonna shift gears on that. So basically, sweet ass new supercomputers coming soon to a Texas near you. So that sounds cool. All right, so let's do this. Like I say, I still have my slides to work on, so we're gonna cut that one a little bit short. Let's give a video rating right here, video ranking. All right, goes from 1 to 10. Nobody gets a 7. If you put a 7 in the chat, you're banned permanently, forever. And I'll tell your kids. Just kidding. But I'm not gonna give him like a low score. Because I mean he wasn't like, dude, we watched, as you've seen, we watched some really crap videos where people are pumping stocks like nobody's business. Where would you rank this here? Forgettable, painful, frustrating, mediocre, meh, decent, impressive, legendary, decent, can't even talk, Impressive, epic, or legendary? I'll go with a 5. Nothing personal. It's just like I would have just liked more to talk about here. Says Ross 4, Alan 6, Mikey Mike 6, Spatif 6, Mari 6. Sostanez says, is he saying MGX or MGS? I'm not sure. MGS or MGX? Which I don't know which ones. I don't know what they are. MGX, MGS. Probably MGX because that's a stock where MGS is not. John James, I just talked about your post over in the Discord. Thank you, my friend. That was very helpful. And Jean-Louis says a 6. All right. So consensus around 5-6. Now let's jump over into today's member highlight in our Discord. Speaking of John James, mentioned this earlier, John James with some information on order blocks. Really appreciate you doing that. Angry Baker and everyone else who is looking for upgrading your monthly trial over to an annual plan. Mahesh has just asked that you shoot him an email. It's just mahesh@outlier.com, and he'll be glad to take care of that for you. Let's see. Oh, I mentioned this yesterday and just a little bit ago, the new notifications that we have set up here. Mahesh and I chatted this morning, and he said that he's going to add one more layer into the notifications here, which is going to be awesome because whenever I am trading, I'm going to get an email saying, hey, your target has been hit. So I am super stoked about that. I also saw a lot of people talking in the trade setup ideas. This is awesome. Way to go, everybody. This is exactly what we built the Discord for, is for you to just go to town on it. So exciting that you're in there. Now, if you want to join our Discord, no stress. All you got to do is just sign up for Outlier, take your free trial. We'll shoot you an email with the login details, and you'll be in just like the rest of us. So be sure to share your stories in the Discord as well. And the first rule of Outlier is you tell everyone about Outlier, and you hit the like button if you haven't subscribed already too. Back to trading in the Outlier trading room. So real quick, what is Outlier and how does it work? Well, if you remember Uncle Warren, he says, be fearful when others are greedy, and greedy when others are fearful. And I love to show our fear and greed index on each individual stock. Well, Outlier shows you if investors are acting irrationally fearful or greedy, and by how much, allowing you to get into the stock before the Outlier move happens. And you can grab the annual pass for just 82 cents a day, but that deal ends on the end of the month. So this is my style of trading that I call the golden ticket trading strategy. It always starts with the market. I'm going to let the market tell me which direction it's going. And it has been awesome to sit on the sidelines while it has been all the chop suey that you could ever handle. Right. I got out on November 21st. And since that point, it's been up, it's been down, it's been up, it's been down, it's been up, it's been down. And now we're sitting right here in this order block. So if the SPY can get out of this order block, I think it's, blue skies ahead. There's literally nothing above it because nobody's ever had SPY at that price before. But a double order block here does present a challenge. We'll see if it can pull through. I'm not saying that I think it's very likely to happen. We do have the 10 over the 20, price over the 50. So this is absolutely a bullish trend right here. Keith, good to see you, Keith. Amazon order block looks like we pushed past. Is this bullish now? Let's go over to Amazon and we'll come back to SPY in just a moment. Amazon. So yes. Now, if it closes on the other side of this, that order block disappears and we're smooth sailing at this point. I don't know if it's going to continue up higher. Can never predict the future, honestly, but that overhead resistance will be gone. Mikey Mike says, Tradier have automated stops. Look at that. You know more about Tradier than I do. I really, honestly, Mikey Mike, need to get in there and start practicing. Need to work on my chops in there. That's for sure. Okay, so back over to SPY. Bullish trend, but inside of an order block. That wouldn't stop me from taking a trade. So this is bullish here. Market breadth. Market breadth has gotten very, very bullish. We're talking ultra high at this point here. Market breadth is how many stocks we have as buy signals or sell signals. And so we have right now 70.86% of the stocks we cover have a buy signal. And then I like to throw a moving average on top of that. So we have a bullish trend. We have a bullish market breadth. So this is good. This is what we want to see. So we have bullish trend, bullish market breadth, SPY signal. The signal on the SPY inside of Outlier is still on a sell. Still on a sell, but I do think that this is going to change the next day or two. Just based on the data that I can see in here, it looks very much to me like it's about to roll over from a sell to a buy signal. That is the last piece of the master key that I'm waiting on. Last piece of the master key that I'm waiting on here. We have flattened out and are starting to go from more greedy, more fearful to more greedy, which is what we want to see. But, and this is a big but, if breadth continues on this trajectory here, I'm going to still be sitting out. Because if market breadth gets over 75, only enter if the breadth continues moving up. So like 70 right now, 72, 73, 74, 75, and then on the day at 76, I don't put on any more trades right there. That's where I would look to the market being overbought. If over 75, once value changes direction, halt trading. So even if I get my setup here, there's a chance I might only have 1 or 2 days in that window before the window closes again. Due to market breadth. And that's okay. Like I mentioned earlier, be content with holding cash. Just know when you can get in. Be market aware. So my master key has kept everything else locked. But I do think in the near future, we're going to be looking to put on some trades, which will be really exciting. A lot of you have never even seen me trade before. And the trading is really awesome when it does. So for me, there are no setups. Hey, let me see if I can say it right. Like say good, great. I can't talk today. Tomek C. Did I get it right? Tomek C. I'm so glad you're here in the video. You made my day, right? No trade setups for me today, but do me a favor. In the chat, at the very top of the chat, you're going to see a link. Click that link. It's going to take you to this page here. I have to finish my slides. I don't think it'll take too long. I've only got 141 done. Surely I only need like 140-ish more. But I'll be doing this really, really soon, about 30, 40 minutes after we wrap here. I'll be presenting over there. I'd love to see you join that. So like I say, it's all the way at the top on the chat. And hopefully I can see you there, Dookie Pie. Hopefully I can see you over there. But of course, do me a favor in the chat. Tell me what you're trading and come back tomorrow where I help you save time, make money, and start winning with less risk together as a team. Let us know if you need anything over in the Discord, of course, and have a fantastic day. I'll see you over in that webinar. Don't forget, you better click it. Better click it right now. Hurry, quick, hurry.